It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He's currently third in the NFL in passing yards. It's the Bengals and the Panthers, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate, Scott, and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here in Week 4. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one. You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
First play, and Young's going to pass. He finds Sanders. And this one does not go far. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Motioning one of the tight ends. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Going to the ground again on first. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They run again with Hubbard, and he's brought down for a loss. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Young working from the gun. He fires one deep down the middle. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing fourth down. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch, and that makes it fourth down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time, and it'll be Bengals football. Cincinnati headed back out for its second drive now. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. And a man is there to knock that away. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And now they face second down. Burrow out of the shotgun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Burrow setting up the play action. Completes this one to Chase. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to his running back.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Flush down out to his left. Now he takes it, and they bring him down around the 34. They get an even 10 on that play, and it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Burrow to the air now. On target to his man Higgins. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And the Panthers into the nickel set. 3rd down coming. Burrow from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They've got a man in motion. Young on 1st and 10. Finds Sanders. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Young. Down he goes. The Bengals got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Counterplay, Hubbard. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Call it 8 yards on that pickup, and an even 10 remain on 3rd down. Young looking to throw. Gets this to Sanders. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap now to Young. Throw left side, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. This from 48 on the left hash. Prater puts it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Burrow back to throw. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And they're gonna bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll throw it yet again. Finds Chase on the slant. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be first down, Bengals. Play action now, Burrow. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Josie Jewell making that stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Burrow setting up the play action. Throw left side, and Gesicki has it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Brown on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Butker knocks it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Motioning the tight end left. On 3rd down, it's Young. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Young on 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Dax Hill up for the stop. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Young. That's incomplete left side.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. That's Gesicki. He's got it. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Burrow. Has a man. It's Brown. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Bengals send out the punting unit. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Panthers football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Hubbard again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Young working from the gun. Hubbard hauls it in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He just throws this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Short pass brought in. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Punt team on the field. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Young. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Here's Young to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Finds Sanders. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 36. Connects with Hubbard. He's contained at the line for no gain. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I wish every fan could just get the perspective on the field. When you stand on the sidelines, you realize how fast this game is. And as a QB, you've got to understand. When you get that amount of time, you've got to get rid of the ball because this game moves in a hurry.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Charlie Jones on the Bengals return. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Up the middle, Hubbard. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 17. This one's caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Now Young. Escapes the pocket. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Chased out to his right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Matthew Wright for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers tie things 10-10. The Panthers kicked out there now as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. First down, Burrow to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. To throw again, it's Burrow. On the move, headed right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run. Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, 2nd down coming up.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. This from just 23 yards away. Butker knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. Young on 1st and 10. McMillan hauls it in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now it's Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Young. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. Carolina in punt formation. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. On 1st down, here's Burrow. This one taken in by Chase. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
Burrow from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. You just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Panthers pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down. Young working from the gun. He brings it in. Touchdown, Carolina. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Right on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers take a 4-point lead. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Burrow setting up the play action. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Brown. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
This one intended for the running back. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rush coming for Young. Pass complete to Hubbard. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Young to throw it. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running back sent in motion. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
3rd down run by Hubbard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Their punter making his way out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Bengals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Looking to throw, Burrow. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Burrow out of the shotgun. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. So we're through 3 here. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Second and 3 now. From the 43, into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. All right, all set up now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Burrow setting to throw. Right side cut by Higgins. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Here's Brown again. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Play action now, Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. They kick the running back in motion. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he'll try to hit this one well. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Carolina offense headed out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he turns a little room into a gain up to the 17. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap now to Young. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Here's Young to throw. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
On now comes their punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. And the fair catch is made just about a yard or 2 short of midfield. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. 1st and 10 now, here's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass, here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he goes out a little short of the 40. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice gain by the back, and now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
1st down, Burrow to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing off the play fake here. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
On first down, here's Burrow. Has it down close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a fourth-quarter lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Point after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals push their lead to 3. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete! And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. They send a receiver in motion right. Young working from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Out of the gun, Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Young throwing here. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
They run again with Hubbard. And they get him down after a quality pickup to about the 36. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. He'll throw it. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Got all of it, and this is good! And they've tied it up late in the fourth!
The prospect of overtime now, Kate's right on the horizon thanks to that field goal. His mindset, though, well, it's the same as all his teammates out there who are about to take the field. Let's go get this ball back. Let's find a way to win this thing in regulation.
And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Bengals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Ball at the 33 for first down. Man in motion, out of the slot. Burrow from the gun. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Here's 2nd and 2. He finds Brown right side. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. This one taken in by Chase. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Completes this one to Chase. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A run with Brown. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Stuck at the line, and now it'll be 2nd and 10. Brown on the inside give. And he's brought down for a loss.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, and they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Charlotte.